Have you ever thought that some of the most successful and influential individuals in this world were raised by single parents? This list includes former President Barack Obama, media mogul Oprah Winfrey, and Olympic gold medalist Michael Phelps. These individuals were raised by single parents, and yet they turned out to have bright and successful futures. In order to have a bright and successful future, children don't need to be raised in a two-parent home. Just like children raised in a two-parent home, children who are raised in a single-parent home have the opportunity to do great things with their life. Many people believe that children need to be raised in a traditional two-family home in order to have a great future. There are also many individuals in this world who are single but want to have a family and have children. I believe that the relationship status of an individual does not determine their ability to raise a child. In my speech today, I'll be discussing with you some of the reasons why single adults should be able to adopt children. Children raised in a two-parent home aren't guaranteed to have a bright and successful future because their parents aren't guaranteed to stay married. According to the Spruce, 50% of children will see their parents get divorced by the age of 18. Many people feel like children raised in a single-family home are going to have a lot of problems, but children whose parents get divorced are more likely to drop out of high school, probably never attend college, either attempt or successfully commit suicide, and they're more likely to have more health issues, including asthma. Single parents who adopt children are also not likely to stay single for the rest of their life. When adults who are single adopt children, they're really invested in their child, so when they do look for a mate to potentially get married to, they're looking for somebody who's not only going to be a good suit for them, but they're also looking for somebody who's going to be a good fit for their child and potentially be a good step-parent. It is also easier for a child to adjust to a new parent when their single parent gets married versus a child whose parents have gotten divorced. It's harder for them to adjust to a new parent fulfilling the role of their former parent. People also believe that single adults, when they adopt children, they're going to be lonely and having to do it all by themselves. But according to childwelfare.org, that's not true. A lot of single individuals, before they adopt a child, they go through the same process that a couple would, such as they're looking for somebody who's going to be there in the case of an emergency if the parent's not able to be there. They're also discussing with their family and friends who's going to take care of the child in the event that they pass away. There's also support groups for single individuals who adopt children, and in these support groups they talk about what troubles they may be having with their child, and it's also a support group to help them not only learn how to better take care of their child, but how to take care of themselves as an individual so that they can be a great parent for their child. A lot of things, or another reason that I've heard why people say that single adults shouldn't be able to adopt a child on their own is because of the financial burden of raising a child. Today, on average, from the time a child is born to the time they're 18, it costs $234,000 to raise a child, and this doesn't include the cost of college should the child choose to further their education. If you divide that $234,000 by 18, that's $13,000 a year to raise a child. On average, in America, whether foreign or domestic, it costs $15,000 to $50,000 to raise a child. One can assume that if you can afford to adopt a child, you can afford to raise them. Another thing that people need to consider is that depending on the child's situation and their background, they're not looking for somebody who has a ton of money to adopt them. They're looking to be adopted so that they can be in a loving and caring environment. Another thing that people need to consider why we need single individuals to adopt children is that, according to BrianGilley.com, single individuals are more likely to adopt special needs children and children who are older. When married couples are looking to adopt, they're typically looking to adopt a little boy or a little girl that's newborn. They're looking for a picture-perfect adoption. They're not looking for somebody who might have problems or has a troubled background. Depending on the child's background, single-parent adoption is really good because having that one-on-one interaction with an adult is what they need, and it's actually easier for them to adjust to one new adult versus two parents. People also should understand that when single individuals are looking to adopt, they're looking to adopt for the same reasons that a married couple might be looking to adopt. For the simple fact that they want to raise a child although they're not married. Also, people who are looking to adopt may be suffering with fertility issues, which is why they can't get pregnant and have their own baby. And also, people should consider that single adults, maybe they were adopted or they were raised by a single parent, so they know that it is possible to raise a child, and that's why they're also interested in doing it. People should also understand that just because you're single, that doesn't mean that you get any special passes or you have to go through any extra loops to adopt a child. Just like a married couple, single individuals have to go through the same background check. They also have to go through the same mental and physical health screening that a married couple has to go through. They also have to do a home study with a licensed social worker to determine that their home is suitable for a child. In addition to doing all these things, single individuals have to provide letters of recommendations from their peers, family, and friends, just to let the state know that they are suitable and they are suitable to raise a child. What people should also consider is that times are changing, but what it takes to raise a child is not changing. We're in 2017, where same-sex couples are allowed to get married and adopt children, so why couldn't a single adult be able to do the same thing? Single parents have the same ability to raise a child just like a married couple. They have the financial ability to do so, and even if they don't have the financial ability, there is a route that they can take through foster care to adopt a child where either it's little to no fee at all. They also have the same support that a married couple has, and they do have the same motives in adopting a child as a married couple. Today, there are over 500,000 children in the world who are either looking to be adopted or in foster care, and the fact that an individual is not married should not leave a child in foster care and not allow them to be adopted. It is not easy to be raised by a single parent. I know this from experience, but I also have a little brother who's 6 years old who's adopted. And in this world, nothing easy is worth having. Therefore, single adults should be able to adopt children.